Senator, Petersburg, Richmond, Democrat Joe Morrissey. Fighting Joe to make predictions. Fighting Joe. Senator, great to have you, man.
Good morning, John. It's a pleasure and honor to be on your show the day before Election Day.
All right. Well, you know what? Talk is cheap, as they say. Play the game. That's what I've been telling everybody on Twitter, telling me about Biden's going to win and everything else. Play the game, right? Tomorrow's game day. Get a lot of early votes in, setting a record. I'm going to get straight to predictions. Joe, you're a Democratic state senator in Virginia, but in making predictions, as they say, you follow the evidence. Give the predictions as you see them based on what you've seen on the ground. Let's start with my question number one. Let's go globally. What do you make of the national polls, and who's going to win on Tuesday, Biden or Trump?
Okay. First of all, before I answer that, let me just say this. It's interesting what you just said. It's game day tomorrow. But you want to know something? What's fascinating about it is 60% of the game has already been played. 93 million people have already voted. That's like going into your beloved Tennessee Titans football game. You get your sandwich in front of you, you turn on the game, and you find out that actually 3/4 or more than a half was played the night before. So with that said, let me get to it. Number one, you're right. I look at things dispassionately when I make predictions, not what I want to see, but where the facts are. National polls have Biden up 52-42. Disregard that. It makes no difference. It's irrelevant. You need to consider the 12 battleground states. That's it. That's what matters. It doesn't make any difference if the president runs up huge numbers in Maryland. The Biden runs up huge numbers in California, Massachusetts, Maryland. It doesn't make any difference. Look at those 12 states. Let me, at the end of the day, since you want me to get to it right now, I thought we might build up to it, but Biden will be declared the president sometime in December. Okay, but let's take it a little bit slower, can we?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right, start with Virginia. Number one, polls. The Watson Center poll had the Biden up 12 to 15 points in Virginia. No way. That's not going to happen. He is winning Virginia. It's not a battleground state, but he's not going to win it by 12 to 15 points. He will win Virginia probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 7 points. Now, here's what's important for locally in Virginia. We have close races, very close races in the 2nd and the 7th with Loria and Scott Taylor. You're closer to that situation. That's not in my district. Haven't been following as much, so I'm going to beg off. But the Freitas Spanberger race in the 7th. Both have run good campaigns, incessant commercials that run nonstop. Spanberger wins narrowly. And why does she win narrowly? Because of the huge Henrico Chesterfield vote that's going to go for Biden. She rides Biden's coattails to a 1 to 2 point victory. All right? Let me weigh in on the mayor's race in Richmond. The mayor is very, very lucky. He has 3 people running against him. All right? 3 good candidates that have been able to articulate their positions. The negative Stoney vote is being split up 3 ways. Therefore, that's the advantage that Stoney has, and if he wins 5 wards to 4. But, let me just say this, but for those 3 people running and splitting his votes, he would have gotten crushed. Remember, in Richmond, the mayor has got to win 5 wards. His chief opponent is Kim Gray. She will win first, second, third, and fourth. The mayor will win 5, 6, 7, and 9. The battleground ward is the 8th ward. It's neck and neck right now, and that determines the mayoral race, the 8th ward. Okay? So, go ahead, ask me some questions because I want you to. I don't want to be just the professor.
Well, look. Why don't we go where we are now and then go forward? We got about 6 or 7 minutes here. You're predicting Biden wins. I predict Trump. Trump is going to get reelected Tuesday night. It's not going to be close. Both of us think Mark Warner's going to win, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. Warner's going to win. You're predicting Spanberger. I think Nick Freitas beats her. She doesn't have the ground game she had. She doesn't have the wave she had. She doesn't have anything she had. She's going to have to overcome Trump winning that district by 3. Maybe she runs 2 ahead of Biden. She loses. Goodbye, Abigail. Nice lady. 2nd district, Taylor, blowout. This thing's not even close. I'm the only one that's been saying this for 3 months. This 2nd district, folks, is not even close. Taylor's going to beat her in Virginia Beach. He's got a enormous vote turnout right now in Poquoson, in York County, on the peninsula. She is going to win the city of Norfolk and Williamsburg. It isn't enough. Scott Taylor wins the 2nd. Trump wins it by 5. Taylor wins it by 6. I think he runs 1 ahead of Trump in this. That's how confident I am of a Taylor victory. So Taylor's going to win that district.
Not disputing that, John.
In the 5th district, look, Trump is going to win the 5th district by 10 points. You just can't overcome that. I don't care what Bob Good's issues are, how much money Dr. Webb has. It's just not enough. You're not going to get 10% of people to vote Trump and then vote for the guy that's going to probably vote to impeach him. Not going to happen. Bob Good wins that. So
split vote there, John. In the first time in the fighting 5th, you're going to have a Democrat that wins. He's one and done.
That's not going to happen. It's not going. He's not going to win. Webb is not going to win that seat. And this is like the Democrats going to Texas think they're going to win. Bob Good wins that seat. So we don't see eye to eye on that. And so let's get to the mayor's race. Look, I think you're spot on with that. I mean, I think it's 4-4, and the battle's the 8th. And who the hell knows? I have no idea.
Right. I
think you're spot on.
I've been there. I've talked to the people. But and if you just gauge the enthusiasm level, Gray wins. However, the mayor has been able to raise a lot of money. He's been on TV. He has completely changed the narrative about the statutes to make him look like the civil rights leader of the 60s in 2020. That's simply not the case.
Too funny.
And I see, talk about taking the statutes down. I'm mindful that he was absent in 2016, removing the statutes, absent in 2017, absent in 2019. When his white vote evaporated in Richmond, then he went all in on race, on black issues, and says, I'm the guy that took down the statutes. You're the guy that created this, as we say in Australia, controversy, all right, and gassing people when they were innocently collecting on Lee Circle. But here's again, 3 people are taking away the anti-Stoney vote.
Right.
All right? That's the problem.
Right. Now, look, we're spot on there. I also agree with you 100% in Virginia. It's not 12. You said 5-7. I think it's 3-5, but it's splitting hairs. It's somewhere around 5, just like it was the last time. But I tell you what is going to be interesting. Every poll, there's 4 of them. I call them the fake triumvirate. Roanoke fake poll, CNU fake poll, Watson Center, ABC Washington Post fake poll, and VCU fake polls. All fake polls, all 4. All have Biden winning by 12. If Biden wins by 4, right, this is going to be the second time they were off by 8 going into the final 3 days. So we'll have a trend there. All right, so let's get... What? John,
go
ahead.
I know you don't mean that they are purposely fake.
They're totally purposely fake. Yes. No, I mean they're fake. What they do is they manipulate the crosstabs to ask more Democrats than Republicans in Democratic areas in order to create a narrative that Trump is getting blown out in Virginia to foil our enthusiasm and our ground game. They're absolutely fake. They're done to create a false narrative to drive a result, and they're a complete and utter joke, all four of them. And they're going to be proven to be what they are, a clown show, again on Tuesday.
Let me tell you something that's very interesting. I get it. I understand it's fake. First of all, they have a absolutely overriding purpose and goal of getting it accurate. Do you believe that the director of the Watson Center wants to purposely have egg on his face? No. Here's a little interesting.
There's no accountability. There's no accountability, Joe, for any of these people. Their polls are off by 8 points, 9, 10 points. They're never accountable. There's no accountability to these polls. None.
John,
zero. If there was some accountability, I'd say yes. Biden's going to win the state by 4. They predicted 13. They'll be back again with polls on the governor's race starting in December. It's the same old crap, Joe.
Okay. You get 15 hours a week. I get 5 minutes, and you interrupted me 5 times. Can I finish?
Kira, stop the music. Go ahead.
Okay, well, no, listen. You got to go to sponsors. I'm going to wait.
No, go ahead, Joe. No.
All right.
Go ahead. You got 5 minutes.
Okay, good. Number one, there's an interesting thing that's happening right now we have never seen before in national politics. The young people are not only encouraged to come out and vote, they are voting. Have you ever seen a Rick Saban Alabama team take the day off to go out and vote? College coaches across the country are doing something I've never seen before. They are involved, getting their student athletes out there to vote. The young people are more engaged now than ever. Those young people are overwhelmingly in Biden's camp. The other thing that I want to say that you haven't touched on is the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court gave victories. Well, as of right now, they said that North Carolina can extend the deadline. Pennsylvania can extend the deadline for counting. They cannot extend the deadline in Wisconsin. Those Supreme Court rulings, one of them was tied 4-4. Guess who will be on the bench when this case goes to the Supreme Court? And it will.
Amy Coney Barrett.
Yes, she will be on the Supreme Court. Folks, the easiest prediction in the world is the following. We will not have a president on November 3rd. Pennsylvania will be counting for the next 30 days. If everything goes Trump's way, he wins Florida, he wins Ohio, he wins North Carolina, he wins Arizona, Georgia, and Texas, and Biden wins Wisconsin, Michigan, and Minnesota. If everything goes Trump's way, then it comes down to Pennsylvania. And here is why I'm predicting Biden wins. Because the rural voters who were overwhelmingly in favor of Trump in 2016, there has been a 10, 12-point shift towards Biden. He will win in the suburbs. Biden is picking up steam, and Biden will crush the president, even you will, in the cities. So, but one thing that Biden has his albatross around his neck is the following. In the final debate, he talked about the demise of the oil industry, and that he stumbled on that question, and the president pounced on it, and that has been the president's saving grace. It will be nip and tuck on Election Day. We will not have a count. Here is the only way that Trump wins, and I'm not being sarcastic or smart alecky at all, and I'm not being cheeky. It will come down to the state of Pennsylvania. It will go to the Pennsylvania First Supreme Court, and then it will go to the United States Supreme Court. Here's the question. How many votes will the United States Supreme Court allow Pennsylvania to count post-Election Day? Folks, here's what happened. It was a 4-4 tie in the Supreme Court on the recent Supreme Court ruling that extended the voting deadline in Pennsylvania. There will not be a 4-4 tie if it happens again. It will be 5-4 in favor of the president because Coney Barrett takes her seat. So my prediction is that Pennsylvania will be the determining factor, Biden will squeak by in Pennsylvania, but it will only be done if there is a overwhelming Pennsylvania vote. If it's going to be a close vote in Pennsylvania, and it depends on a constitutional interpretation, can we count these votes? Whoa, then all bets are off. Okay?
One of us is going to be right, and it's going to be me. Trump is going to win again, plus he's going to win Michigan. But, hey, I respect your analysis, Joe. Unfortunately, this time you're wrong. John Fredericks Radio Network, trucking the truth across America. Morrissey wrong, Fredericks right. Trump wins again.